putting an end to identity politics. This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Need a special counsel to look at Secretary Clinton and her campaign and her activities as we are Donald Trump. We need to clean up our system. But let's be honest here, Sean. Bernie Sanders had pulled out effectively before California and was negotiating for a plane and speaking engagements in the fall before he even lost and before he even conceded.
But wait a minute, but this was signed long before that.
I understand. This is corrupt. Bernie Sanders wasn't honest. My party is rotting to the core.
Welcome back, everybody. That was the Doug Schoen. He sounds like God, people confuse me with this guy all the time, and I don't know why. But it sounds like David Webb, black dude on Fox. And David and I are friends, but David's got that New York accent. And I swear, when I heard Doug Schoen saying this, I was like, when did he host? Or something like that. He sounds just like this dude. Yeah. So the party is rotten to the core. The Democrats are rotten, just rotten. You rotten eggs. Sulfur smell, pull my finger, whatever. They are rotten, and it doesn't change. Everywhere you walk with them, you're like, what's that smell? I don't know. You're like, smell like a sewer. Anyway, just keep on walking. Y'all walking down the street. It's still here. It's because you're hanging with the Democrat. They're just nasty, rotten people. And I know people get mad at me. They say, Kevin, come on now. You can't be saying that. Well, yeah, you can. It's the truth. They're rotten. They're nasty. Just terrible folks. And let me give you some ideas. So I want to play. This is a guy he's a Democrat, I think, running for Congress, and just the story speaks for itself. I won't even have to say very much. And I got a couple of other clips we'll try to get in during this segment. But here's a Democrat. His name is David Alcorn.
Democrat David Alcorn is running for the state's District 2 congressional seat, but tonight he's behind bars for allegedly stalking a woman in Santa Fe. News 13 first told you about the accusations against Alcorn in late October. A woman attending a Halloween party on October 28th at a hotel in Santa Fe says she started receiving persistent texts from Alcorn, some suggesting that he was watching her, other messages professing his love for her along with a picture of his genitals. Later that night, the woman says Alcorn texted her again that he was outside her apartment. A warrant for Alcorn's arrest was issued on October 30th. We now know that rather than turning himself in to Santa Fe police, Alcorn was just arrested Friday in Albuquerque. Police were called to the Villa de San Felipe apartment on Cole near 7th for a welfare check. Police did not elaborate on what happened when they got to the scene, just that Alcorn was arrested. He's not facing any new charges from APD, according to jail records. It's unclear why Alcorn was there. All of his publicly listed addresses are for Milan, New Mexico. Alcorn is now sitting in MDC on a no-bond hold so he can be extradited to Santa Fe.
Every time I think about these Democrats, I think about the show Forged in Fire. They will kill. There's this one guy, he's a martial arts expert with knives, and they'll do a test on the whatever thing they have him make, a sword, a knife, or whatever, it will kill. Leftists will kill you. They will beat the crap out of you, or they will kill you. That is a fact. I watched a show not a show, but a video where some guy criticized Muhammad, and he gets out of the building, and Muslims just beat the dude to death. They beat him to death. And I remember thinking to myself, how barbaric. That's awful. Look at what they're doing to that man. And it was like, only this is a culture that does it. And then it dawned on me, no, Democrats will do it. They'll do it. If Milo, just using him as an example, if he left a college or university without security and people saw him, don't be surprised it wouldn't surprise me one bit to find out they beat the crap out of him, kill the man, whatever. Wouldn't strike me as odd. It would be crazy but liberals are crazy. Leftists are crazy. Here we got another one here. Let's play this one. This is learning that Rahm Emanuel, the mayor of Chicago, the Windy City, while he was working for President Obama, he helped the one of the Anwan brothers, these IT guys that work for Debbie Wasserman Schultz. So we're tying now these Anwan brothers back to the source, which is likely, the Obama administration. So interesting. Here it is. Here's a clip.
Emanuel accused of helping a now indicted former Democratic IT aide. According to a newspaper in Pakistan, Chicago's mayor intervened while serving as Obama's chief of staff to get Imran Awan cleared of land fraud charges overseas years ago. He is currently charged with bank fraud while working for Debbie Wasserman Schultz and other Democrats on the Hill.
Ouch. Going to be tough to sell that one. Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here, The Kevin Jackson Show. So the Obama administration helped Awan get rid of land fraud charges, I think is what they called it, overseas, so they could bring him over here and he could embezzle or do what he did, criminal activities here. And now he may be back. I think he's testifying. Speaking of testifying, those guys up from Fusion GPS, they testified, yesterday, 2 days ago? They testified about their part in this whole Democrat scam of making tying the Russians on the necks of the Republicans. I'll get it out. Don't worry. So I'm curious as to what that testimony is. I haven't seen anything yet, but I'm definitely wanting to know what's going on there. So maybe we'll find out more. What else we got here? Oh, France and terror. Do we have time to play that clip? Okay, let's play that one.
He may want to reform France. First, he must protect it.
This law will allow us to end the state of emergency as of the 1st of November, while fully guaranteeing the security of our fellow citizens.
France's emergency measures were imposed after 130 people were killed in Paris in November 2015. They have been renewed 6 times. In that time, another 92 people have been killed in Paris, Nice, Marseille, and elsewhere. This year alone, there have been 11 terror attacks and 14 prevented. And there are new fears of French jihadists returning from Syria and Iraq. Little wonder, perhaps, the public's support for tough new law.
It's true for France and it's true for other countries. You can't really have liberty and democracy cohabit with security. You have to make a choice. And in France, as of now, France has made a choice, and a very clear choice: security.
France's new laws normalise many of the provisions of recent emergency laws. They give France's security services and police force unprecedented power to act without the constraints of the judiciary. And for some, that has serious consequences for France's civil rights, particularly the civil rights of this country's Muslim population. Muslim leaders are predictably concerned the new law will become a license to harass.
We're scared that this law in practice will target a person's appearance, the colour of their skin, their religious belief, the way they dress, the way they speak. We're scared this law will be misinterpreted and that Muslims will be targeted quite simply.
The police now have greater freedom to conduct raids and impose house arrest. Activists insist this will increase the suspicion and isolation of French Muslims when what is needed is engagement and cooperation. The reality is France's new president can't take the risk. He knows his legacy could be defined as much by how he deals with terrorism as by how he modernizes France's economy. Civil rights may suffer, but for now the new law has overwhelming support.
Say it ain't so. France cracking down on Muslims. Yeah. See, what's funny about that, you don't hear about this. We just did a video. I think it was it Poland? Somewhere they were screaming, F the Muslims, F the refugees, or something like that. Now, I'm not condoning the language, but the country was saying, we're done. We've had enough. There were 2 countries. And I told my guy to put the video together, I go, how many others? He goes, Kevin, how many examples do you want? He goes, Austria, Germany, Switzerland. He went country by country. He goes, we could make these videos 2 hours long. I said, no, we don't want to do that. So we chose 2 countries, and you see people just screaming, get them out of here. They're sick of it. They're sick of the way that they're being forced to live. They're sick of these people that are coming over trying to implement countercultures, and laws to enforce these new countercultural rules.
He won't stop until he's the top-rated radio talk show host in America.
What kind of weird competitive freak are you?
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.